Right, with the NZB yearling sales now heading to Christchurch, Duncan McPherson joins me. Firstly, Duncan, thank you for joining me.
Paul, always great to talk. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
You're selling lot number 217, a Dancinginthedark M colt out of the Trixton mare in Aldebaran Flame. And for starters, mate, he's a beautiful type, this horse.
Yeah, very happy with him. Typical of his sire, and Dancinginthedark, as we know here in Australia from the videos and what we sold last year through Aldebaran Park and others, he's been very well received. The feedback that we've got from the Dancinginthedarks that we sold at the sale over here last year, all the trainers and everybody that we've spoken to are extremely happy. And I know that some that we've even sold some weanlings out of the paddocks this year to some well-respected trainers, and they didn't want to wait to the yearling sales this year. They came and bought them as weanlings, and they took Dancinginthedark. So very happy with that. We've had limited numbers in New Zealand, but he's out of Aldebaran Flame, and Aldebaran Flame herself, she won 6 for us. We raced her over in New Zealand. And then obviously the key to the hook there is that there's a 4x4 to Garland Low Bell, which is extremely exciting for this bloke. So there's probably not a lot of 4x4s in New Zealand going back to Garland Low Bell. But then I come through Emily Cassell, who my friends in Sweden owned Emily Cassell. So we already knew about what was going on, and that ended up at Manhammer. So we were able to follow her progeny through up there, and Trixton being one of those. And we all know what a mighty job Trixton's done. Being the sire of RC Phoenix, is $1 million earner in the Southern Hemisphere, and also Call Me the Breeze.
Yep.
And then, where does Aldebaran Flame fit? Well, she fits in behind Aldebaran Vera, who's the most winningest Trixton in the Southern Hemisphere, and then Dosh, who's a 4-year-old mare that's been racing well in New Zealand. So she's up there in the top 3 progeny earners for Trixton on the female side, on the mare side, and obviously we know who those good boys are that have come out of Trixton. So to Dancinginthedark, we gave him every opportunity. Very pleased. We've continued to breed to him here in Australia this year, and he's gone back to Sweden, as everybody knows, and we're getting inquiries from breeders in Sweden, and we're hooking them onto the videos that we took and are on the Aldebaran Park website of the various Dancinginthedark. So well received in Australia, well received in Sweden, and he didn't go back to Sweden to stand there and do nothing. So there's positive results coming up there, and their breeding season's just getting underway. And as I say, we're fielding inquiries about that stallion who, went 49-3 and was, one of the fastest stallions ever, and still is in the world as we stand here today.
And one thing I was saying the other night on one of my shows, had an awesome attitude. That's one thing we can't forget. The cool thing about Aldebaran Cinders, which is, as I said, lot 217, is this, Dunk. You got Ready Cash. We don't have to say anything about him. And Overhaul, the job that he's been able to do. Muscle Hill, Sundon. That's just so simple on the size line on that third line, isn't it? It's just an amazing array of stallions that, and they've improved in their generations. There's no problems there with Trixton and also Readily Express, but they're just some amazing stallions there, Ready Cash and Overhaul, Muscle Hill and Sundon, all in this Colts pedigree immediately too.
Well, then you just got to look at the Trixton who we've talked about, but we haven't talked about Readily Express. And I mean, he is just a complete superstar, 28-time winner in Sweden, and won just about everything as a juvenile 3 and 4, which is where they race up there in 5. And he stands at Manhammer, and we've brought some of his progeny down here. Aldebaran Lavissa and others. So we've got the genetics down here. So we support not only Readily Express, but Trixton. But as you say, when you've got Ready Cash and Overhaul, Muscle Hill, Sundon, Trixton, Readily Express, and then also Muscles, Yankee and Arndon, let alone Viking, Kronos and Indy DeVee. It's a global pedigree, and we need to clearly understand that these genetics aren't often offered in the Southern Hemisphere. And credit to Ken and Anne-Marie Spicer and the team at Rosedale Farm. They've done a wonderful job preparing him. They've prepared our yearlings for a number of years, and he's turned out in fine fettle. And at the recent parade day they had, there was a fair bit of interest in him, as there was when they had the original tours. So whether they were at down south, and we all know that NZB provide those tours to the trainers and various people in Southland, up on the North Island and in Central. He was well patronised and well looked after. So we're looking forward to an exciting opportunity to offer a wonderful Dancinginthedark pedigree first colt out of the dam at NZB in Christchurch.
As you rightfully said there too, beautifully prepared by Ken Ken Spicer, Rosedale Farms, the whole team. This horse is New Zealand Sire Stakes, next gen, harness 5,000 and need for speed eligible. So
and Bathurst. And
Bathurst Gold Crown as well. So if he comes back here to Australia, he has that opportunity as well. But you just look at the horse on picture. That's all you've got to see, and he's just a cracker. Beautifully turned out by the team there at Rosedale, and they've done an awesome job. So,
yep.
Mate, if anyone wants to know any more about this horse, all they have to do is get in touch with Ken Spicer. The phone number's down there on the bottom of the catalogue. Actually, if I do this, I'll be able to put it up over the top of us right now, so you can get in touch with Ken and Anne-Marie there on, just put the +64 in front of that if you're here in Australia, 33322 8736, and you got to drop off the 0. But yeah, so +64 21 152 5762. So and go from there. But get in touch with you as well, Dunk, or anyone on the team from Aldebaran Park.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing people in New Zealand, in Christchurch, and to NZB. Thank you for your support, and good luck to all vendors and all purchasers at both the Auckland and Christchurch sales. We look forward to seeing you. And we say in the Classics Paul, we're hot to trot at Aldebaran Park.
Yep, and the other very important catch cry too for this month: get real, support Teal. So, Dunk, thank you very much.
Good on you. All the best. Take care. We're hot to trot.